Howdy, I'm Josh for Live 5, and for those of you that are migrating from Website Alive, I'm going to be doing a continuation video of the widget builder. So in the last video, we pretty much went over the replacing and then integrating from Website Alive to Alive 5. And that's pretty much it. We kind of went over what a widget is, and in this video, we're going to be going over a lot of the customization that you can do. And we'll touch things from like how you can edit the Windows looks, how it behaves, and then also some of the extra features that we have that kind of take that chatbot experience to really the next level and kind of gives you a powerful tool to engage with your visitors, your fans, however you want to address them as. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see here, this is the web page that we first built our widget on. And if you remember how it looked in the last video, it was like a little blue thunderbolt. It's not that way anymore. It's a nice little cute robot, and it moves, it talks, it's cute, it's a GIF. Yes, you can use GIFs as a widget icon, which is pretty cool. So if we go ahead and click on it, we can see that it is a very good looking widget window, and it looks great. I have no complaints, except it doesn't really match our web page here. And we really kind of want our web experience to match the chatbot experience, just to kind of make sure that everything seems in place, seems legit, kind of builds up a client trust, if you will. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into the Alive 5 platform, and we're going to make some tweaks and make this look like it's supposed to, like it fits and belongs. So let's go ahead and dive in. So when we first go into the Alive 5 platform, I'm going to go ahead and start from the dashboard. So this is the first thing that you see here. If you're an admin, you will see all of these options. If you're just an agent, I am sorry, but you are not going to be able to see most of these buttons. But for the admins that have control over this, we're going to go ahead and dive into the widgets. And if you remember the name of our last widget in the last one, it was the Josh widget. We can tell because it's the only robot here. But from this screen, you're going to see all of the widgets that you have on your account, and you can manage them, you can create them all from this page. But for right now, let's go ahead and dive into the details of this one. And you can see right off the bat that you've got like a ton of stuff here that you can kind of play around with and edit. And we're going to go through each one of these tabs. I'll briefly touch on the code, even though we went into it on the last video. But let's go ahead and start tweaking this thing. So the first area that you're going to see here is the background image, and it's under the header portion here. So background image, that's going to be referring to this part. You can pick your own image pattern, and it's going to replace that with whatever pattern you have there. You don't have to use some of the pre-selected ones there. You can exit out, and then you can also upload your own. And then you can also change that color here if you want to just keep it a color. But let's go ahead and make it white, because I don't think we're going to use this icon. It doesn't look very good now, but we'll get there when we get to it. The next step, you have the close icon color, and pretty much it's going to be for that close icon right there. Let's go ahead and make this black so it stands out. And then the next step here is going to be the logo image. You can make this whatever you want it to be. You can press it here, or you can press the icon here. Let's go ahead and keep it simple. Press upload, and then let's get something that matches. There it is, Alive Spaces. Looks pretty good. So the next thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to look at the padding. Now, you probably won't see a noticeable difference on the preview here, but it does make a difference. You have a choice to select from 1 to 15. And what padding does is it pretty much puts space between the top and bottom of this image. So if we were to remove all of the padding and set it to 0, then this chat icon here, let's see, you see that there's not really any space there. But we do want space, so let's go ahead and put some there. Well, let's make it a little more. And then you can clearly see that it puts the space there for our logo. The next thing that we're going to touch is going to be the alignment. So this pretty much will center or left align this icon here. Pretty self-explanatory. We've got the background color. We've already set it to white. You can actually choose to make it a gradient, which is pretty cool. It only goes top to bottom. We're going to be adding some more features to make it go left to right, possibly diagonal, and then kind of give you a lot of options to play with there. But for right now, let's just go ahead and keep it a solid. We've got the banner divide color, which is going to be this thing right here. I think we're going to actually try and match it with that orange. And I've already got it copied here, but let's go ahead and grab that color. This is a nice little plugin. FYI, it's called Colorzilla. You grab anything on the page for the color, that is. But let's go ahead and make that the same color. You'll see that there. And then the last thing that we have here is going to be the banner color, which is this portion right here. You can decide whatever you want that to be. And then you can also control the font color as well. So, cool thing to know, you can change the text here as you will. Let's do spaces for less. And that will change it on the chatbot window. And then another cool thing is if you remove this and have it blank, it will actually remove the divider and this banner here from the page, from the widget here. I'll show you as soon as it loads. You'll see that it's only showing up there. And however you choose to do that, it's totally up to you. Either way, it's a good look. For now, I'm just going to keep it here. So that's the header section. Next, we're going to move to the chat section. Here, you're going to see the background image. We kind of don't want to keep this one, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. But same principle as the top here. You can pick a pattern if you'd like, or you can keep it blank, or you can make it a color, or you can upload your own image. You really have a lot of customability there. Customization, that works. Let's go ahead and choose a background. Something cool. Let's go ahead and keep it there. Nice. Still want to keep the same look and feel and colors, so I'm going to go ahead and edit this color here. I'm going to have to grab the color again since I copied over it. There we go. You can customize the colors of both of these independently of each other. So you want this to be red or orange, or you want this one to be black, or you can change the font colors as well of each one of these independently. It's really up to you. Another thing here is we have the enable bot and avatars. We're not going to see it on this preview right here, but basically it just shows a little bubble of the avatar, however you decide to show that, whether it's this or some other image that you have. If it's with an agent bot, or if it's with an agent bot and you have one of your agents taking a chat, whatever profile photo that they've uploaded on their profile for the system, it will show that instead. And then lastly, we're going to go ahead and go here to the footer, and you're going to see 3 options. Let's go ahead and tweak this one to be the same color. And then we're also going to see button font. You can change that, but also keep in mind that it is also going to change the text area text. And then the last option is the text input background, so we can kind of change that to however we want. Let's go ahead and keep it like that. So now you can see that this is looking a little bit more on brand with what we have on our web page. And if we go here, we can see the changes instantly on our page. So here we go. You can see all of those changes. Unfortunately, you won't see the chat bubbles because we don't have a bot running through on this. It's only the chat widget. Let's see. So the next tab is going to be the widget tab. And here you're going to have the option to determine how this chat widget behaves on both desktop and mobile. You can determine what the chat icon is going to look like, and then you can also determine the positioning and sizing. So we're going to go ahead and keep it on the desktop view, and then we will go through each one of these. Here's pretty much a preview as it is right now, and I don't think we're going to keep that. We want it to be a little bit more generic, a little bit more, hey, this is a chat, let's click on me. So I'm going to go ahead and upload my own. So you see here we have the default options. We only have one. I'm sorry about that. Then we also have the custom options, which is going to be, well, a lot. We have a lot on here. But this is going to be things that you upload to your profile over time. So let's go ahead and upload an image here that I have. Go ahead and upload that. We have that here. And if we refresh the page, we'll see that it is that icon immediately. These will all take place immediately. So let's go over some of the behaviors. So the first one is the expanded chat window. And to explain this is basically as soon as that chat widget opens, it's going to pretty much open up and try and engage with your fans. And for desktop experiences, it's pretty much hit or miss, however you want to do that. Typically, we would recommend you staying with the show, message, and bubble icon, just because that's pretty much standard across all websites that utilize some kind of chat. But you definitely do not want an expanded chat window on a mobile view. And I mean, maybe there's a use case for you specifically, but what it does on mobile is that someone who's going to go to your mobile web page, and then they're going to have this option selected, and that chatbot is going to immediately load and then take over the whole entire page, and then you're going to have customers and visitors complaining that they went to your page and they immediately went to another page when really it was just the chatbot overtaking the page. So best practice, show message and bubble icon. It's going to keep the little icon there closed, and then it's going to show a little bubble icon with whatever message is first coming in on your bot flow. The other option is to just show the icon, which is totally cool. And then we also have the disable widget hidden option. So if you need to take the bot offline, instead of digging into the code or whatever you need to do to integrate this, you can just disable it from here. And it's pretty quick, actually, instantly just toggle it. Other things to know, we've got the positioning and sizing. So you've got the bottom left and bottom right options here. Do you want it on the left or right? Pretty self-explanatory. The padding here is going to determine how far from the bottom of the page your chat widget's going to be. So right now it's set at 10, but if I were to set this to, say, 500 pixels, and then I were to reload this, you'll see that that chat widget's going to be somewhere up here. So normally the default is pretty good. I would just keep it that way. And then the max height is pretty much how big is your widget going to be. 64 is standard, but if you were to say put it at 200, you're going to have a very large chat widget that's going to show up here. It's going to be very large and kind of overtake it. Sometimes people want that, other people do not. But if the standard size is fine for you, then I guess we shouldn't really have any problems there. So let me go ahead and put it back. And then that's pretty much the widget tab. Now, let's go on to the code. The code is pretty much going to be straightforward. You're going to have two pieces of information here. The first information is going to be this short link. And what the short link is going to do is it's going to take you to a full screen, desktop or mobile. It doesn't matter. Just as long as you're clicking on this link, whatever you're visiting it from, it's going to take you to this full page layout of that chatbot. And what this is good for is potentially putting it linked to a QR code where you can put it on a sticker and then stick it wherever you'd like. Your email signature, your social, however you feel like you can utilize a link, that short link is going to be what you'd want to use there. The other piece of information here is going to be the HTML JavaScript code. And what that is going to do is it's going to give your developer, or you if you know what you're doing, the ability to embed this on your web page. Also, if your CMS has a plugin from us that is available, you'll want this chat ID, this widget ID right here. And then you can just plug that into the widget or the plugin, and then it should pop up right on your web page as long as you have it installed. But currently, we only have it for Duda clients as well as WordPress. So if you're on any of those, let us know, and then we can help you implement that. And that's pretty much the code tab. The last tab here is going to be some of the miscellaneous settings that we have, but some of them pretty powerful, and I definitely recommend utilizing them if you can. So first option, don't worry about this. We're getting rid of it. We're going to keep everything standard to live chat, and then SMS will be its own thing. So don't worry about that for right now. The email pop-up. What this is when you have visitors that go through your chatbot and then they end up talking to an agent, at the end of that conversation with whatever person is on the line, it's going to prompt them with a pop-up, and it's going to ask for their email. What this email is it's going to be asking them where they want to send a transcript to of the entire chat session. So whether you want to enable this is up to you, but that's what the email pop-up does. The next thing here is going to be what the name of the chatbot is for. So as long as you have that automated chatbot running and it has like the avatar, if you choose to enable that or not, it's going to have the name. And this can be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be professional, or maybe it does. But the only suggestion that I have, don't make it too long, otherwise it might get cut off. The next section is how fast should the chatbot respond? Do you want it to be a normal speed at responding? Since it's pretty much just spitting out the same text that you have programmed in there, all at the same speed, it's all going to seem very fast unless they're like really short texts. So normal speed, pretty much fast enough. If you want it to be instant, that's totally fine too. Basically, do you want a chat bubble to pop up for them typing or not? So that's what that does. Last space on this column right here is going to be the Google Tracker ID. If you're using Google Analytics, this is a great spot to put that ID there so you can kind of get people that click onto this and kind of get some data there on how people are running around with your chatbot. We also have a reporting suite in our platform as well, but we'll cover that in another video. The last setting here is going to be where this chat starts in the channel, or what channel this widget starts at. So anything that runs through this bot, it will start in the general channel. And if you don't know what the general channel is basically it's like a department, but it encompasses everything. This is the default channel. Everyone's in here. You can't change that. But all of your bots, typically we recommend should start in the general channel unless you have a specific use for it to be in a different channel. But once people start going through these flows that you build out, and then they start talking to specific agents that are in certain departments, that's when you can kind of branch out and then tweak it to go to a different kind of channel. But that's pretty much it. As you can see, we have a lot of options here to make your chatbot a very powerful tool for customer engagement. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at support@alive5.com. Hopefully you don't need too much help. I hope I did a good job explaining. But if not, feel free to reach out to us and we'll be happy to help. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.